Today, I'm excited. For the first time in my online journey, I can clearly see that content creators who are creating original content are going to be truly rewarded in the long term. Let me explain. Recently, I was doing quick research. I wanted to find some interviews I'd done at the Milken Global Conference in Beverly Hills. For those unfamiliar with that conference, it costs over $30,000 just to attend. That's not to sponsor, not to be on stage. That's just the ticket. It's one of the most prestigious conferences in the world. I've been covering the Milken Conference for years. I like to think of it as my Super Bowl. Like, I'm not a huge football fan, but man, I am a Milken Conference fan. That's my Super Bowl for the year. I plan my entire year around that. That's the one event that I have to go to every single year. So I typed in three simple words into the search box. I put Milken, then I put Adam, my first name, of course, then Torres, my last name. What came up shocked me. Instead of just a few links like you would expect from a traditional Google search, the AI result gave a breakdown of the entire series. Just to mention, I've done approaching, if not over, 100 interviews for this Milken series that we've been creating for years. The search result also mentioned that I've been covering the conference. It listed key interviews. It summarized the series, 3 words. That's all that I typed into the search box. And that's when it hit me. This entire catalog, nearly 7,000 interviews, that you heard right, I'm approaching 7,000 interviews. And this just increased in value because of the accessibility. As a host, that excites me. For my guests, all of those that have given their time and effort to come on the show, that excites me because now those interviews are going to be more able to be found as well. But I know everyone listening, they're not all podcast hosts. So you're like, okay, Adam, so I get it. You did a bunch of interviews. What's in it for me, right? Where's the whip one? So why does this matter to you? Because this is a turning point and I'm putting you on notice. For the past decade, we've worked in the personal branding space and I've seen what worked in the past. Once upon a time, it was enough to have a nice website. Maybe you had some good social media. You match the fonts, the colors, look polished, have a good brand deck, all of these things, which are still important, but this was considered having a brand. Many people, they stopped there. They didn't go past that having and creating a brand point. They didn't consistently create original content over time. They assumed that being polished and being searchable was enough. In the past, that may have been enough. Now, that's not enough. The people who consistently create original content, meaning newsletters, podcasts, videos, interviews, those people are going to be rewarded in a completely different way moving forward. AI is reading the content. It's indexing it. It understands the timeline. It understands the depth. It understands what's real. You can't fake that. And this is where I think most people fall into. They fall into 2 camps. Camp 1, you've already been creating content for years. If that's you, keep going. But little words of advice here, focus on creating quality, not just quantity. Everyone knows how to push a button and turn one piece of content into 100 pieces nowadays. That was a nice shiny toy that people were playing with. That's called spamming your content. That's not a competitive advantage anymore because everybody can do it and many people are doing it. What will matter over time is creating unique, high-quality content that reflects your actual thinking. That's what people are going to gravitate to as consumers of content, but that's also what AI is going to pick out in order to put in front of people that are searching for the type of content you're creating. So super important. That's camp 1. Camp 2 is for the people that you've been on the sidelines. You've posted occasionally. Maybe you kept social media updated. Maybe you even went through a branding process, but you didn't consistently create original content. In the past, again, you could get away with that. You could run a campaign, maybe earn some backlinks, optimize your SEO, do a few pushes here and there. You could possibly catch up. That's the part that's changing. With AI, you can't fake a decade of content. When I typed in those 3 words, again, Milken Adam Torres, the system knew how long I'd been covering the conference. It knew the series. It knew the interviews. You're not going to be able to manufacture that overnight. This is your warning. Again, I'm putting you on warning. If you have a message, a brand, or a business that you want people to find in the future, You have to start creating consistent, original content. Otherwise, you will lose visibility over time. And I don't say that dramatically, I say that very, very practically. Now, I am biased. I think podcasting is the easiest and most authentic way to do this. It's time efficient, it captures your real voice, it builds depth. That's why I originally got into podcasting, because I didn't have time to sit around and think about what I wanted to write, or I didn't have time to think about a bunch of campaigns. I was building a business. What I did have time to do is I could get on a call and I could record that call, I could have it edited, and I could have it distributed. That was easy to me. Like, I could have a conversation with somebody. For many people, that's going to be an easy way to create authentic, real content. But whatever format you choose, you need at least one strong piece of original content every week, because AI is already indexing the past and it's going to continue rewarding those who have shown up consistently. If you want ideas on how to get started and further insights into media in the future, you can go to 1billionpodcast.com. That's the number 1billionpodcast.com, and download my latest book, 1 Billion Podcast, The Future of All Media. It's completely free. I remain optimistic. For those who are creating real content, not just polished profiles, I think the long-term reward is going to be significant. If you start creating content, whether it be a podcast, whether it be anything else, then you have to start though. Now, there is a third camp that I didn't mention in this episode, and it's beyond the scope. Maybe I'll do a full episode on that in the future. But if you're in this third camp, and that's people that are completely ignoring their digital presence, if you have a business, if you have a product or service you're trying to market, everything I said today becomes amplified. You need to really start thinking about what you're doing online and digitally. I highly recommend, if you're in that camp, you need to go to that website, the number 1billionpodcast.com, and download the book completely free, because that's also going to give you a overview on how to get started the fastest and easiest way as well, because you're going to fall even further behind if you're not creating any content at all. But you have to start. And that's what's been on my mind lately for the content creators out there, for the people putting the effort and that are putting in the work. Congrats and great work, and keep creating.